What is up, guys? Robert here, bringing you another video today. And I wanted to talk about game collecting. I've been seeing recent videos about, creators saying that they enjoy the hunt, they enjoy collecting games, and then they turn out and you hear that they're saying that they're selling their collection. So I want to give you guys 3 reasons to collect and build a gaming collection, or even whatever hobby you have, but building your game collection. As you can see here, you can see some of my collection, PS3, whatever, but in 2025, why you should build a gaming collection, guys. So let's get started. And before I begin, I have a goal set. I want to get 100 subscribers by the end of the year, guys. So please like, share, subscribe, turn on the notifications, and comment in the video. I love reading your comments. I want to hear about your guys' collecting journey. But yeah, so let's see if we can hit that goal. So number 1 I want to give you guys is you should be collecting with a purpose. Now, for me, you can see I like my main one I like to collect for is PS3, but I have some retro ones. I have a couple Switch 2 games you can see in there, Switch games in my other room. But what you should do is you should collect for a purpose. And like in anything in life, you should have a purpose while you're doing it. For me, it's building a physical collection, because one day I want to be able to take that value and give it away. So whether, one day maybe I'll have kids, get married or something like that, but I can take that value and give it away to my kids and have them build a physical collection, because physical collections are starting to die off. And as we start getting into the PS6 era and these companies are going more towards digital, you would think for a value of what somebody who wants a physical copy of an old school game that they could no longer download, like on the PS3 or your Xbox 360, or if the emulators don't pick up as well, but being able to play a physical game, you can put it in anytime. So build with a purpose and build your collection using that. Number 2, the reason why you should collect is because you should be building for games that you like. So for me, I'm a big JRPG fan. I got tons of them. You probably can't read the labels from there, but I always, when I'm looking and I'm going for a hunt, whether or not I'm on vacation or, I'm looking up online, I'm trying to collect certain like JRPGs. So for instance, all the Tales games. I want to be able to get all the Tales games in my collection. Not because the value of the games, but because that's the thrill I want. I want to be able to see if I can find a good collection of Tales games and then work my way to other other games and series. Like I'm trying to get a Ratchet and Clank collection as well on the PS3. So being able to go through and having fun times going through that, and being able to build a collection of certain games I'll be able to get. Early on, I'll tell you a mistake I made was I would start to just collect and get games for like whatever. I'd be like, oh yeah, I remember this game, I'll play this game. Oh, I remember this game, I'll play this game. So I started building my collection of just like random stuff, where I was like, oh, I'm going to collect every single one of these things. But you know what? The thrill of it was kind of like you're spending your money on these things that like you don't really care about in your hobby. You're just getting them because you're just trying to build a collection rather than building a collection worth of things I wanted to build. So a lot of my PS3 collection is from my own, like I started building it when I had a PS3. I sold a lot of games to buy games, but games I really, really loved, like let's say Final Fantasy 13, kept that game the whole time, but we had a Japanese copy that I sold. I wish I would have kept it because that would have been pretty cool. But when you look at things like that, you want to be able to build something that you like. So if you like JRPGs, build your JRPG collection. If you like platformers, build your platformers. If you like just playing Sony games, build your Sony games. That's what I encourage you guys to do. And I think I said 3, but my third and final advice I would give to you why you should build your gaming collection in 2025 is because you should enjoy your hobby. Now, people may not have a hobby of collecting, if you're collecting anything, I don't think you should collect for the sense of like it's going to be a quick flip. You should collect because some of these items that you actually want to collect for, you should be building value over time. But you should do it because you enjoy it. You shouldn't do it when you're collecting things that you like. You shouldn't collect it because it's going to be a burden. Like as you start going through the hunt and you starting to feel burnt out and you're starting to feel like, you know, it's not fun anymore, that's when you shouldn't be collecting games. You should take a break. But I think if you start collecting on things that you like, you aren't going to just start blowing through your money on just random things. Like you say JRPGs, PS3, and then you start going through your PS3 collection and start building games you remember to play, like White Knight Chronicles or something like that. So like, for example, you know, if I were to, so like, pulling out a game in my collection, Ratchet and Clank, right? I found this one at a GameStop one day. I picked it up. I said, hey, you know what? I remember playing all 4-1. We got it free for the PlayStation Plus. Let's get it. Now, I still need to get some of the older ones that came out that didn't have trophies, that I didn't really play because they didn't have trophies. But I enjoy a good Ratchet and Clank series sometimes. So, building for Ratchet and Clank, when I go into retro gaming stores, you can consider a PS3 retro, I think. But when I go to gaming stores now, I take it and I go, you know what? Let me see if I can complete my collection. And also, you know, set a price point. So if I want to get a Ratchet and Clank game that you can have for, you know, like, let's say less than 20 bucks. 20 bucks might be a lot, but depending on the ones you want to get. So you think like a Ratchet and Clank Nexus might be $30 or more. So if you look at something like that and you go, do I really want to spend 30 bucks on it? Or can I get, you know, can I get something else? Like, but the ones without trophies might be a little bit cheaper. And then also too, like I like to try to complete edition. So, you know, a nice looking cover for your book cover hopefully looks pretty nice. And then, you know, the disc not too worn out for your disc. And then, you know, just things like that. Like making it look pretty nice when you get edition. Sometimes you get some gross looking copies, but you know, that's the fun of it. So now every time I walk into a store, I have my list of games and I go, I want to collect every single one of these Ratchet and Clanks now. And the journey of it though is if I can't find it, then I'm like, oh, that's good. I'll keep pursuing the hunt. But if I can find it, then I sit there and I look at it and I go, oh, do I really want it? Because, you know, oh, it's going to cost a little bit more. Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't get it. I don't know. But hopefully one day I'll complete the Ratchet and Clank collection on the PS3 and I can be able to show you guys my collection when I get it. So I'll put that game back there. But, you know, I'm hoping it encourages you guys a little bit. 3 kind of tips I like to use for collecting. If you are a collector or you're starting out to collect, I just say, you know, don't give up the hunt. Start just slowly building a collection of things that you like. And you should be able to, in no time, be able to build your collection of, you know, just games that you like. You don't have to have a large collection. It could just be, you want to collect all the Spider-Man games from every console, just have a good collection and be able to talk about it. And but that's the one thing I encourage you to. When you build your collection, start talking about it. Start telling people about your collection, about how you enjoy the hunt and things like that. So hopefully this video was some use for you guys to be able to not give up building your gaming collection in 2025. So hopefully those tips help you out, encourage you to be able to build your collection going forward and into the next year. And, you know, just guys, keep up the hunt. Keep, you know, keep just enjoying what you do. The minute you feel like you're going to have to start selling your collection for whatever reason, that's when the hobby becomes more of a chore, and you shouldn't do that. You should just enjoy what you have. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to be able to hear me ramble about collecting. I love collecting. It's fun. I hope it never runs out of my blood of being able to collect. But hopefully this video brought you guys value, and hopefully you hit that like and subscribe button. Comment, let me know your collection. Thank you guys so much for watching. God bless you guys, and remember, keep gaming. Thanks, guys.